Hi guys, Jen CB here with Believing Your Dream Life Coaching, Motivational Speaking, where I help you elevate your mind, body, and spirit connection. We are Sunday evening Coach's Corner, okay? And we are getting creative with grief this week, okay? And it doesn't have to be grief. You know, if you are tuning in tonight and you are grieving of the loss of a loved one, etc., or loss of a friend or family member or loss of a pet, you know, my sincere condolences. But this episode isn't necessarily about those in grieving. If you are looking for if you are struggling with any sort of life's trials and tribulations out there, this is an episode for you tonight. So if there is struggles with depression, obesity, anxiety, mental health awareness, if you've got a loved one that is, you know, has various trials and tribulations, you know. Sarah, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you're doing well out there. And, you know, this is kind of the episode for you. And I noticed a lot of people last week, they missed the fairy card reading. So we will most definitely be doing fairy cards on the live feed. So if you are tuning in live, that is when you receive a fairy card reading, is my gift for you for tapping in. So if you missed this week, you can always tune in next week. I'm here every Sunday night at 7 o'clock. But let's get creative with grief, shall we? And I wanted to just offer out some tidbits, especially just one little cookie tonight, one little nugget on this Sunday evening about grief and what to do. Maybe an idea is sparked, and I wanted to get creative. And if you are feeling, I want to say empty, if you're feeling sort of any emptiness, and I talk to a lot of different people experiencing grief, and they feel this sort of feeling of emptiness sometimes. Let's plant some seeds. Let's plant some seeds in that feeling. Okay, I know myself, I feel empty sometimes. You know, Derek is not around anymore physically. It's hard, and that emptiness sometimes feel sorrow, pain, you know, sometimes courage, sometimes strength, sadness. Okay, and what I want to do tonight is I want to plant some seeds. So let's plant some seeds in there of creativity. Let's spark that creativity. Because even in the fall, you know, we plant tulips, because in the spring, those ideas are born and they blossom and they grow. And that's what I want to do tonight as, you know, we're moving forward. Thank you so much, ladies, for tuning in. I hope this helps you along your path. I was driving today with my girlfriends, and we were going to the Meaford Fall Festival. There was a craft show. There was an apple orchard. Lots of creative spark happening over there. And I was driving along and even seeing the abundance of fall colors out. It was a gorgeous sunny afternoon. And the fall colors just reminded me so much of how even in grief, you know, even in, you know, the simplicity of a leaf dying, the color is an abundance. You know, even in death, color is just gorgeous and beautiful. And here what I'm reminded is, you know, we can have that creativity ourselves. Even though my loved one has passed away, I can create something beautiful or plant something new ideas, and hopefully spark something new along our path. Doesn't necessarily replace, but even in this, you know, something new is reborn, right? Kind of like the birth of a phoenix. Hi Lisa, much love to you. Okay, and that's what I'm reminded of, and it keeps me moving forward along my path. It keeps me having strength in that faith moving forward, instead of just saying, why bother? That's not what we want to do. We want to keep moving forward. And this craft show today, it was amazing to see all these people creating and, you know, selling and buying, etc. And it's just these new ideas that people have created, and their talents are just an abundant, you know. And in this one center, it was just a wonderful, wonderful energy. Oh, very sweet. Hello. And what I'm reminded of, you know, at this art festival is that we are creative beings ourselves. And I've said that many times. We are forever creating, growing, and expanding always, just like the universe. And that's science, okay? The growth and abundance of us along our path. We want to continue to grow, to expand, to mature, to blossom. Okay, new ideas to create, whether it's reading, writing, learning something new in the kitchen. Our families are growing. We buy a new piece, like a new sweater, for instance, for our wardrobe, creating a new look for ourselves. We're always growing and expanding, and it's important to continue to grow and expand on that. Okay, and so that's why I wanted to talk to you tonight about creativity. Thank you so much, Lisa. This is a painting, and I wanted to share with you, if you are stuck and looking for some nuggets, I recommend art therapy. Now, in conjunction with my grief counseling, I too attended art therapy classes. Okay. Now, if you're looking for art therapy or just general workshop classes, highly, highly recommend them. And this is what I did here. Okay, if you take a look, this is what I did. When I was in my darker months of grief, I hit the palette. And hi, Chris, how are you? And, I used the colors and let my energy just come up through me to create something on the canvas. And it's a wonderful, wonderful meditation experience, wonderful rehabilitation tool is to get creative. Okay, get creative. You can, I know there's lots of different ways to get creative. I just chose the palette and the paintbrush. That's just my go-to, but you can do stone carvings, etc., just sketches, just pencil crayons, markers, etc. But art therapy is very, very good for the soul. If you're grieving, if you've got maybe a brain injury, I know people definitely use art therapy if they're brain injury patients as well. Cooking, yes, absolutely. Cooking is a wonderful way to get creative. Okay. Other ideas, gardening. Get those hands dirty in the garden, right? Creating there. Thumbs up, absolutely. Okay. Coloring, too. Any sort of ideas, fire them out here. We'd love to hear about it. Okay, the more we share in the circle, the more creative, the more elevated we all become. Okay, journaling, like I said last week, journaling is very important too. I have 4 or 5 different journals around, just writing, moving through, getting that energy from deep inside. Okay, those seeds where they're planted, blossoming out. Right? Having that abundance. One of my clients a few weeks ago, he was having so many different ideas come. Another one from Grief to Grace. And I just asked him the simple question, do you have a whiteboard? A whiteboard is a wonderful idea of getting those thoughts right down in front of you. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. Book publishing too. If you want to get writing and publish a book. One of my friends, John Paulo, which I definitely want to give him a shout out tonight. John Paulo, a wonderful friend of mine, fellow widower, has created a book. Widowed is the name of it. And I've tagged him, Better Not Bitter Widower, if you want to follow him on the journey as well, the grief journey. He's got a wonderful book out. And I just want to give him a shout out too, because he actually shared my blog on his page a couple days ago, Until Death Do Us Not Part. And I just want to say thank you so much. I love sharing in the circle. It's just wonderful to help support one another. And also, if you are looking for some art classes as well, I've also tagged Creative Madness Art Studio as well on this. So if you're looking for ideas, doesn't necessarily have to be about grief art therapy, workshops for children as well as adults, amazing meditation experience too with the art experiences. So highly recommend it too. All right. Now let's get into the fun part now. Okay, that was it for the coaching part. I just wanted to talk briefly about getting creative. Okay, getting creative. We are October 1st. An abundance of color out there. Get inspired to get creative, because that will help you move through and work through any sort of negative energy that you might have along your path right now. So hope that helps. Now, I want to say, totally lost my train of thought there. Because I was talking about creativity, I have chosen tonight the Mystic Empowerment cards by my good friend Colette. She is also tagged on this feed too. If you're wanting a Mystic Empowerment card tonight, she does her own photography, her own book. She's currently working on her third deck. Amazing local artist here. Highly recommend her. So I wanted to pull out her cards tonight. I just have this inner energy, and it started on Thursday when I was doing a private card reading via Skype for a client. And I say, you know what, I really need to bring out these empowerment cards this Sunday night on the live feed too. I just have this feeling. So I will gift them, or gift a card to you if you would like one. And